Hey y'all, hey, happy Kate Winslet Day. That's right, it's Kate Winslet's birthday today, so we're gonna go through all the DVDs I own of her, as well as pick my top 5 favorite movies, and maybe go on a DVD treasure hunt. Let's get started! Kate Elizabeth Winslet was born October 5th, 1975, in Reading, England. I don't know much about her, even though I love her to death. I don't know a lot about her childhood and her upbringing and whatnot. I do know that her parents are both actors as well, so it's just natural that she became an actress also. The main thing that I do know about her before the fame is that in, I believe it was one of her acting classes, the teacher told her that she would never amount to anything, and well, joke's on you, lady. Not to mention she was severely bullied for her weight growing up because she was a little bit heavier than all the other obsessively thin girls. In my opinion, she's always been gorgeous. Why is she a favorite of mine? Well, I mean, if it's not this, because it's my favorite movie, it's just the fact that not only is she insanely talented and just naturally beautiful. I mean, oh my god. I would die for eyebrows and like lips like that. They're just like fucking chef's kiss. Literally. I mean, dare I say that she was probably one of my first girl crushes? Because I mean, she's beautiful, and the fact that after all this years she hasn't had any work done, she's aging gracefully, and above everything else, one of the things that I adore about her is through her entire up and down of fame and in the spotlight, she has always stood her ground about her body. It's just the positivity she has towards her self-love and everything. And she knew she looked amazing. That's all that mattered, and that's all she kept trying to preach to everyone. She's like, you're not going to Photoshop my photo shoots. I just won't allow it. And if you don't like me, then that's your problem. So I've always really strived to have that same mindset as most girls growing up, just always so self-conscious of themselves, and it was just nice to have someone like her in the limelight that was standing up for girls with curves, because we needed it. Plus, like I said before, her talent alone, I mean, everything she's been in, just A+. She could be in a horrible movie, guarantee she's probably the best part of that movie. Me being a very highly intuitive and sensitive person, when I watch things that she's in, because she usually plays complicated and just highly broken or emotional people, it's like me watching her is tapping into some sort of emotional faucet that just gets turned on and it's hard to turn off. And it was mainly because of how believable she is to portray all the emotions of whatever her character's going through. It's just hard for someone like me not to feel that character's feelings and to be right there connected with what that character is going through. And there's just a group of my favorite actors that are in that little group that I have them in, where it's like, if I want to feel feelings and it's a movie that they're in, we're gonna go and we're gonna feel some feelings. I feel like that's the best kind of acting, and I love that she's one of those actresses because she's just amazing. And again, like I said, she's in my favorite movie with my favorite person, so it's a win-win. I mean, there's not much to say about that. She's in Titanic. I love Titanic. It's my favorite movie. Still my favorite movie. You can fight me on it. Doesn't matter if you hate it. I love it. More for me. Cool. Cool. And I mean, the only other thing I could say is me ranting about how she didn't win the Oscar for it.
Or actually, I could just talk about the amazing bromance that she has with Leo and how everyone in this world wants them to end up together. But instead of talking for like 40 minutes about that, how about I just show you what I'm talking about? And then you tell me in the comments below if you feel any feelings, because I bet you will.
Is this really happening? Okay, I'm gonna try and do this on the cuff. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh, God. Oh, please wrap up. You have no idea how much I'm not wrapping up. Okay, gather. Thank you to the Hollywood Foreign Press. This is absolutely extraordinary. Okay, I'm gonna hurry up now. 2 incredible men who are such special people in my world. And Leo, I'm so happy I can stand here and tell you how much I love you and how much I've loved you for 13 years. And your performance in this film is nothing short of spectacular, and just... I love you with all my heart, I really do.
Do I have any cool stories or memories? I guess it was probably the story. I've actually seen her with my own eyes, and I lost my absolute shit because it wasn't planned at all. Me and my friend Leilani went to New York City, and we were just kind of walking around New York City on one of our off days, and I'm like, oh, hey, look, an AMC. And we were admiring how their AMC looked and everything. And then I looked down the sidewalk, there was an alleyway, and there was just a bunch of flashes going off, and I was just like, what the hell? And as we got closer, I could hear voices, and not really yelling, but people just like, hey, hey. So as we were about to cross past the alleyway, and I turned, and there's this massive inflatable toilet slide, and I was like, what the fuck is that? I noticed as I said that there was two people sliding down it, so I'm like, I want to do that. And then as I followed them down to the bottom of the slide is when I noticed there was like a whole row of barricades and like photographers, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? And of course my friend Leilani, she didn't even notice until I said, what the fuck is going on? And she looked up, she's like, what the hell is that? And then like we both noticed the photographers and all the flash, and we're like, wait, what the fuck is this? So we walked into the alley, and we noticed the photographers were all pointed a certain way, so I kind of followed their line of sight, and that's when I saw two people. I couldn't see them because there was people in front of them that were blocking my view of them, but I could see like the back of their heads, and they were facing the photographers. And I was just about to say like, I wonder what this is, and the person that was blocking my sight either moved or just took a step back, and it was like the heavens opened. And it was Kate Winslet and Hugh Jackman. And I gasped and froze. And Leilani, I guess the person that was blocking my view was currently blocking hers. She's like, what's going on? I'm like, I need to call my mom. And she's like, what is it? I'm like, it's Kate Winslet and it's Hugh Jackman. And she about fucking lost her shit because she was a big fan of Hugh Jackman because Wolverine was kind of a big deal back then. I don't know if you knew that. So I immediately called my mom and was screaming at her, and she just kept screaming at me that I needed to learn, like, I needed to figure out how to kidnap her. And I'm like, I can't move. I don't know how you expect me to do any of that shit. And at that point, like, mostly when I'm in situations like that, I'm like, I gotta find a way to get a picture. And this whole thing was barricaded. There was just absolutely no way for me to fucking, well, I won't say absolutely, but in the state of mind that I was absolutely no way for me to put the puzzle pieces together. So, and while this is happening, I noticed that instead of them going to the theater, because there was a side door, she gets ushered back along the side of the blow up toilet, and then I noticed a car, and she got in the car and she drove off. So there really wasn't no way for me to do that unless I was on the other side of the alley, which I was not. But holy hell, was that an amazing surprise, just walking down the street in New York City, which I found out years later many times that that's very fucking normal. Alright, so for a minute there I didn't think I have that many Kate Winslet DVDs, but then I'm like, duh. This is the only one in my collection that I have not seen. It was bought for me for either a birthday or a Christmas gift, which I appreciate because it's a movie I wanted to see. It just never got around to it. Divergent. She looks fierce as hell. Fun fact, I don't know if it's this one or the second one because she's in both of them. I only have the first one. But she's pregnant with her youngest child, Bear. And you can totally tell because she's like carrying a clipboard the whole time. I really like these books. This movie, the first one was actually pretty good, but like stop at that because the other movies are like, what the actual fuck is happening? Plus it's got Theo James and he's delicious in it. And you got grandma face. I think, I can't remember when I saw Jude, but this is probably one of my favorites. I don't know why, because this movie's heartbreaking, like in all the sense. They play cousins that fall in love, It's just all the hardships they had to go through. It's just weird because even though it's a bad union, they still had really good chemistry, and you just feel really bad for them all through the movie. Heavenly Creatures. I love this movie. It's a true story. It's her first movie ever. Probably also her movie too. You probably don't know her, but she's a pretty well-known character actor. That's Melanie Linsky's Kate Winslet. I think it was both of their first movies. I think it's one of Peter Jackson's first director movies. It's a true crime, and just about these two girls that are best friends and are pushed to the breaking point because of one of their mothers doesn't want them hanging out with the other one. Either way, good acting, kind of eye-opening considering it's a true crime. There's murder involved. Definitely check it out. The Life of David Gale. I know that Kevin Spacey is pretty much banned from Hollywood and anything, and for a good reason, but also he's still a really good actor, and this is a really good movie. I probably should watch this. It's been forever, but I think she either is a reporter or a lawyer. I can't remember, and he's on death row for a murder he didn't commit, or so you think, and it's just the whole movie is her trying to prove his innocence, and you are on the edge of your seat until the very end. I highly recommend this movie. Quiz. I love this movie. It's another like heartbreaking movie. Joaquin Phoenix and Kate play love interest, which of course is a forbidden love. Oh shit, I forgot Michael Caine's in this. I don't remember the synopsis of this at all, but I just remember I love it. It's heartbreaking, and the acting, I mean, it's got an A+ cast in it, so if you haven't seen it, you should definitely watch it. It's really good. I probably will watch this because it's been decades since I've seen this. Yo, this movie, I love this movie so much. It is so cheesy but so cute. It's one of those movies where you watch like a classically trained actor and you're like, oh, you don't fit in this mold, but I still really like you in this. And that's kind of how I felt with Kate. Like, she just felt like she was above everyone else acting wise and didn't fit in right. I don't know if I'm explaining that right. Plus her chemistry with everyone in this is amazing. And Jude Law is delicious, because oh my god. But yeah, cheesy, cutesy Christmas movie. I highly recommend. I usually watch it every Christmas. Labor Day, saw this in theaters. She plays a single mom who escaped convict, just like takes her hostage and her kid and to hide from the cops in her house for like a weekend. She falls in love with him. It's a very weird kind of high suspense movie, but the chemistry's there, and I don't know, I really liked it. You should check it out. Little Children, another kind of heartbreaking movie. Has a great cast in it. It's some pretty heavy subject matter in this one, but great acting, great movie, but be prepared. If you haven't seen this movie, you should. Another heartbreaking movie. I guess there's a theme. She likes doing heartbreaking movies. Then again, that just showcases how great of an actress she is. This is her. She's a single mom to 4 boys, and Johnny Depp befriends them. He plays the author who wrote Peter Pan and pretty much bases that whole play on her kids and their situation. It's a really cute and visually pretty film, so I highly recommend it. And they made a play out of it, which I saw and is actually really good. There's a scene also in the movie that when I watched the Broadway play, I'm like, if they don't do this right, I'm gonna be mad. And let's just say I was drowning. I was drowning in tears, so they did a good job. But yeah, definitely check out the movie. It's really good too. It's one of my favorites. Eternal Sunshine, The Spotless Mind. When my mother and I found out that they were casting a movie with Jim Carrey and Kate Winslet, we're like, but how though? Which is funny because, I mean, up at that point, me and my mom both were like on board with the Jim Carrey being a dramatic actor. Because in our opinion, you know, the comedians, the really good ones, are usually really good dramatic actors as well. Hence Jim Carrey, hence Robin Williams. This movie is amazing in all aspects. Plot, acting, twists, turns, visuals. It's just, if you've never seen it, you should see it. It's about a couple that break up and they try to erase each other from their memory, and just the way that it unfolds is amazing. I highly recommend this. It's one of my faves. Revolutionary Road. This is the second movie that my Queen and King starred together. They play a pretty messed up couple that are really unhappy in their circumstances but are trying to improve them, and then just all this stuff happens where that you could tell this couple, like, they think outside of the box and they don't want to be like all the normal couples, and that's why everyone loved them, but things happen. Also, fun fact, this was directed by Kate Winslet's second husband. It's kind of cool. She also won her first Globe for this movie too. But very intense subject matter, but amazing acting in it. Michael Shannon's in it, Kathy Bates is in it. There's a bunch of people in it. I highly recommend watching it. The Reader, another heartbreaking movie. But she won her Oscar for this, as rightfully so, because she's amazing in this. I think this actually came out the same year as Revolutionary Road, which means she won, if I remember right, she won 2 Golden Globes that year. So she won for lead actress in this, and then supporting in Revolutionary Road. So, girl can act, that's all I'm going to say. This got my boy Ray Fiennes, I almost said Ralph Fiennes. That's a whole other joke. I call Ray Fiennes Ralph Fiennes because of this guy that I know that isn't, I thought that was how you say Ray Fiennes' name. But great movie, heartbreaking, definitely check it out. I need to rewatch this, it's been a while. Oh, I just realized this says, it's beautiful. So what does that leave? Of course you know what that leaves, right? You have to know what that leaves. For all of you out there watching that know me, you know what's coming. It's the last movie I have that's a Kate Winslet movie. So let me show you. Shall I? Duh. My original DVD. Thing is old as hell. Love this thing. But wait, there's more. I don't even remember what's in this thing. Actually, let me look. I don't even remember. Ooh, this is pretty. Oh, it comes with a film cell. I forgot about that. So, there's a book. There's a film cell. Oh, I didn't even realize it, but they're VHSs. That's fun. 10th year anniversary. The main reason why I got all of these, because duh, I'm gonna get all these. But also, punk ass James Cameron kept putting extra shit on everything. So, here's another one. The special collector's edition. Never been opened. And the last one I have is Titanic in 3D. Which, of course, I saw in theaters with my mom on Valentine's Day. That was fun. So yeah, those are all my Kate Winslet movies. And again, like I said, I only had one out of that whole stack that I hadn't seen, which was The Dressmaker. So that's fun. Before we get to my top 5 favorite Kate Winslet movies, if you're enjoying this video, make sure to like and share this video with other Kate Winslet fans, as well as don't forget to subscribe and tap that bell so you don't miss out on any other birthday videos or any other videos I may post up. Alright, so let's pick my top 5 favorite Kate Winslet movies. She makes so many good movies, so like, obviously, Titanic. That's one. I would say Jude, even though that movie is super sad, I don't know, I love that movie so much. Eternal Sunshine, The Spotless Mind. So that's 3. I guess I'm gonna say The Reader. Her performance in it was amazing, so it's kind of a big duh. I'm trying not to look at my DVDs to cheat. Part of me kind of wants to say Finding Neverland, just because of how, I don't know, that movie's just good. Yeah, 5. Cool. So that's pre-IMDB. So now let's go through her IMDB and see what I've missed and what I need to buy. And I'm sure it's a lot. So that'll probably be the challenge this week. Don't buy more than 5. In these birthday videos, we like to play a little game called What For Are They Known For? And it's where you go on IMDb, and on every actor's profile, they'll have 4 movies or television shows that that actor is known for. So what I want you to do is go down in the comments, pick what 4 movies or TV shows you think Kate Winslet is known for, and if you get them right, then I'll shout you out in the next birthday video. But don't cheat. Put your guesses down there, and then you can go check your answers. And don't spoil them for people in the comments either. She has 67 actress credits, which, you know, could range from about everything. Start at the bottom. Looks like she got her start in 91 on some TV shows I've never heard of, which would make sense because I'm not British, and she is. A Kid in King Arthur's Court. I've been looking for this movie for forever, so obviously that'll be on my list. Oh shit, I'm surprised I don't have Sense and Sensibilities, but my mom does, so that's probably why I don't have it. I also didn't realize she didn't do that much before Titanic. That's crazy.
I remember her being really into like indie and artsy films. Hideous Kinky, I don't have. That was a very weird movie, but obviously I should get it to complete my collection. Christmas Carol the movie, she plays Belle. I remember she did a lot of voice acting after a while, so I might have to get some of those. And then there's Iris, where she plays the young Judi Dench's Iris. Stammered. My mind is being blown right now. So then there's Eternal, right into Finding Neverland the same freaking year. I don't know why I was thinking they were farther apart. Extras, I actually saw the episode of Extras she's on, which she was hilarious in. I don't know if I'd want to buy the whole season just for her one episode, but I might. All the King's Men, I think I saw that in theaters and fell asleep. It was one of those like really serious, the acting was good, it was just really, really dry. Then that's followed by Mildred Pierce, which I should buy. I liked it, but it was dry, but I still thought she played it really well. Movie 43, everyone and their mom keeps telling me to watch this because there's so many people in it and I just haven't yet. 999, oh shit, I forgot about 999. Either way, I remember I wanted to see it and I just never got around to it. Collateral Beauty, I didn't see because Will Smith. The Mountain Between Us, I forgot about that. That actually was pretty decent. I like the chemistry between her and Idris in that. Wonder Wheel, still haven't seen, mainly because Justin Timberlake's in it, so I'm super dragging my feet on that, but I've heard nothing but good things about it. So Ammonite, I've been wanting to see ever since I saw the trailer, and it never came out anywhere near me, so it's just a waiting game at this point. Then there's Black Beauty, which I think I saw was on Disney Plus. It's on one of the streaming things, so I definitely will be watching it soon. I just haven't yet. And then freaking Mayor of Easttown, my dude. She just won an Emmy, and rightfully so. That show was so amazing. Like, everyone in it was amazing. Hence the Emmys. They swept in the acting categories. And of course, she's got 4 upcoming projects, including Aviator 2, which I still have opinions about, but whatever. That completes her list. So let me run through it real quick, figure out which ones I want to buy.
And we're back! So we were able to go to 3 different places this time. One being the favorite, which is FIE, and was there for a little bit, but I really want to just go through all their DVDs, and I know that's going to take too long of a time, and they're on mall hours, so I just went through the dramas and had Patrick look through the little genres to make it a quicker search, and only found 2. Fashoy, which I've never seen, and All the King's Men, which I've tried to watch but fell asleep in. It's got too good of a cast not to have, so that's why I got it. And this one I got because of the whole randomly walking into their premiere, because that's amazing, and obviously I should watch it. Surprised I haven't by now. And then the 2 other places, we went to Mojo Books and Movies, and was there, went through all their movies, didn't find anything. Well, I found movies that I already had, so obviously I'm not going to buy the same thing. Then we rushed over to Sound Exchange because they were about to close. I think we had like 30 minutes left before they closed, and so we did a quick sweep, didn't find anything that I didn't already have there either, which was a surprise. So I guess I could say this challenge was a success because the goal was not to buy more than 5. Normally it's like buy at least 5, so it's like a win-lose situation, but hey, I got 2. Thank you for joining me today in this video to celebrate Kate Winslet's birthday. And again, happy birthday to Kate Winslet. You are a boss bitch. I love you so much, and keep doing you, boo, because you're amazing and I love you. And for the rest of y'all, be safe, be well, be silly, and as always, tell your mother I said hello.